Hey, good afternoon everybody. This is a very brief, hopefully brief, review stroke discussion about a bag that I want to buy. Behind me here is a Berghaus 90 plus 20. This is a Jaguar 65 that I had back in the 80s. Went over quite a bit of Scotland with me and was a fantastic bag. The only problem, if that's really a problem, is that the 50-50 split here meant that you had to undo these the two clips, undo the two zips, and you were left with a bit of a bucket, which actually was really quite difficult to get your sleeping bag and your sleeping kit out of. It didn't have any webbing on it. I put this on myself, a little bit of molly on there, just to put a few bits and pieces on. Excuse a bit of tissue paper on the front, there's some personal details on there that I didn't want on camera. And it has the two little fixed pockets on the side, which was great for putting a canteen of water on each side. And it was great. It was great. It was just this thing with the bottom. On the other side of this, it had what is now known as the SA adjustable system. It's exactly the same, only on this one you can actually see the edges of the frame and see where it goes. Nice bit of padding here, and this was a great bag. It was so comfortable. It was really good. But I was going to go on a couple of expeditions, and I needed something that's potentially a bit bigger. This is a 65 bag, so I figured maybe I'll go with a 90. This is the Berghaus 90 plus. It's a brilliant system. I really love this bag. Because it's got the rocket packs on the side, which I'll grab from here. Off. The rocket packs go on the side, and they will also zip together, and you even get a little strap here so that you can put it over your shoulders. And as I say, you can zip the two together, and they've both got little straps on, and that's absolutely fantastic. You take them off, and then you've got these clips on here, so you can put bivvy poles or whatever you want in there, walking sticks or whatever it is that you like to carry around. This would have done me probably for the rest of my life. It's a good strong bag. It's a fully floating lid. It's not hinged, it's not sewn in at the back. There's a couple of adjusters here, and you can just keep going. It's a fully floating lid, so the bag actually becomes really big, really quite tall. Leave it for now. So what was the problem with it? Well, the problem with it, and I've seen this on two Berghaus Vulcans, and this is the Crusader, and that is that the aluminium spars, it's an internal frame, which is not adjustable, by the way. When you buy the bag, you have to buy it in your size, and there's a little, usually on the website, or there's some information. It tells you what size that you need for how tall you are. The only problem with that is that just because you might be 6 foot, I don't know, 6'10", you might actually be quite short in the back and long in the legs. So that's not necessarily a good measure for the right size of bag. So bear that in mind. The frame is internal, and I'll show you in a minute, but where the frame goes down into the two pockets at the bottom, they break out. I don't know why. I can't think of a good reason why that should happen. It doesn't seem to have anything to do with the load that's in the bag. I haven't overloaded this one. I know that some people do carry huge amounts of weight in these things, but that would tend to pull the bag downwards away from the frame bottom, whereas these have popped out because of some kind of movement friction or something of that nature. And as I say, this one suffers from it. This one's been twice out to the jungle, and it's done quite a lot of UK work as well. So it is quite well used, but for a bag that you're looking to pay something like £260, £280 for, I really don't think that should be happening. So Berghaus, if you're paying attention, as I say, I will zoom the camera in and we'll have a closer look at that. So, what else about this one? This is really wide. This bottom third here is really wide, so it's really easy to get all your stuff out of. And because on these bags now, instead of going opening out into a bucket, it now zips right the way down to the bottom. The flap comes right open, and it's much easier to get your stuff out of. This is the Crusader Mark III. I believe there's a Mark IV now, and that has a more clamshell design, and maybe they've changed the frame design. So look out for that if you're in the market for one of these, and see if you can find someone who's got one and have a good look, because I think it's a failing of that particular design. It has a little bit of molly on it, which is nice and very useful if you need that sort of thing. It's nice to have some. I don't need a lot for me personally, but others of you, that becomes an issue. Right, okay, so that's those two. Yeah, done that over there. Right, so what am I going to have as a replacement? Well, knowing how good this Karrimor was, and I know that Karrimor per se has gone downhill in the last few years. Karrimor SF is a completely different entity, and they make some fantastic kit. I've got a holdall, which is Karrimor SF, and it's bulletproof. So I thought I'd go with the 8130. So I'm not going to tell you all the bells and whistles about the bag. There's no point doing that. You can go to the Karrimor SF site. There's a couple of guys out on YouTube who will show you every strap and pocket and what have you. Yeah, great. That's not really what this is about. This is about me trying to make a decision. Should I go with this one because this is a 90 plus 20, right? And this is essentially an 80 plus the rocket packs. Plus the rocket packs. Zip on the side. Incidentally, don't let anybody tell you that the Berghaus ones fit here. They kind of do, but they have to go on upside down, which, you know, it's not very helpful, is it? So you have to buy the Karrimor ones, and they're extra. So it's a bit of a downer, but there you go. Where was I going with this? So yeah, so this is essentially it's an 80 bag, but the rocket plaques are 15 litres each, right? So that's another 30. So that brings it up to exactly the same capacity as the Crusader 90 plus 20. Having said that, if you undo the two extender zips on either side, then you come out to a massive 130 plus 30 is 160 litre bag, which is enormous, and it's far more than I need. So why did I have a look at this one? Well, I like a little bit of molly, not too much. This is plenty, and it's all over the lid as well, and it's all down the sides as well. So you know you're not short of being able to put as many packs on the side that you want. However, so I figured that I'd probably send this one back, and I'll go with the 60. Now the 60 is a completely different bag. Okay, so with the rocket packs on it and unzipped, it's a little bit bigger than the Crusader 90+20, but that would be completely adequate for my needs. So I don't really need the massive 130. So let's have a look at this one then. You'll notice straight away the absence of molly. Well, I could put some on myself. I did it with the Jaguar. These are hollow, so I could put a bit of tape through there, cloth tape, and then zip it, sew it down, and that will probably give me two bands, maybe 4 strips. So I could do that if I wanted to. The other thing is, it's really strappy. They give you these little clips to put the straps under, but best will in the world, that's, you know, when you're walking along, that's going to come off. Whereas on this one, they've put on a little bit of Velcro tape, which enables you to roll up the strap, like so, and then strap it down to there. And it still goes up and down, but it just stops it rattling around. It's a really neat little feature that I've seen on several other manufacturers, but oddly missing from this bag, which is a real shame, because it wouldn't cost a lot to do that, would it? Other than that, it's pretty much, I mean, it's the same adjustable back system, so you don't have to pre-order the right size. You can adjust that on the fly. You can adjust it while you're walking. It's got a little bit of molly on the side, so you can attach like a first aid pouch or a wallet or something on there. You've got these two really quite cavernous side pouches, even without the rocket patches on. So I still don't know. I think on balance, because I don't need such a massive bag, I think with a little bit of modification, I mean, I can make a thing, you know. You can tape it up with tape, of course you can, and of course you've then always got a little bit of, you know, duct tape or something if you need it in an emergency for a repair. But you only need to buy a little bit of this stuff. Get your sewing machine out or hand sew it, put a bit of Velcro on the back and the front, and then, you know, you can make your own, you know, for a couple of quid. So that's not really an issue. If I want to, I can put a little bit of molly on the front here. Can I be bothered? Probably not. You'll notice that it's much slimmer. So depending on what you're doing, you know, if I'm doing a little bit of rock climbing or whatever, and I don't need the rocket pouches, then this becomes a really nice slim bag. And of course you've got these tabs here which you can cinch everything down with. So on balance, I think this is the better bag for me, and this one will go back. But I do like this bag. I really do like it. So, I don't know. It's what you want and what you need, isn't it, really? I'm never going to carry 130, 160 litres of kit. It's just not going to happen. So yeah, food for thought. Right, as promised at the beginning of the video, I identified a problem with the Berghaus bags that I wanted to tell you about, just so that you're aware. I don't think it actually affects the performance of the bag. but it's a failure point, and it probably will cause a problem at some stage. Anyway, but before I go there, there was one thing that I forgot to mention earlier, and that's about the back system. Yes, I did mention that you have to pre-order the right size for your back, and it's not adjustable. But one thing that is really nice about it is the buckle is a really cool kind of quick release mechanism. So you just do that with it, and off it pops. The Karrimor ones are more of this. It's like a finger claw kind of thing. It's a much harder plastic, and as such could crack and fail on you. Whereas this is a sort of a softer, more pliable kind of material, I think. It's so easy to do up, and it just pops just like that. That's really nice. I like that. I might take it off of this one and put it on whichever of these two bags I decide to buy, because I really like that. Yeah, so let's move on. Where was I? Oh yes. So, the problem. It's down here in the bowels of the bag. As I say, this opens up really nice here. So pull out the tent. That's an old Tiger Paws one, by the way. It's great. It's great little kit. Same bag. Right. Okay. Now, there's your problem. I hope you can see that. Let's do that a little bit. See, these should not be poking out of the bottom of these of the holders here. That's not right, and I can't think of a good reason why this should happen. As I say, if you overload the bag, it would tend to pull downwards and relieve the pressure on the end of here. I think it's more a case of constant movement, that they just wear their way through, and then they pop out. And of course, if they're not behind the retainers, as it were, now they're rubbing on your sleeping bag and your tent. That's probably not a good idea, is it? Furthermore, thing is, if you buy one of these second hand, you might not notice this unless you actually go looking for it, because inside here is a long bag that goes all the way down the bottom, for putting in like a water bladder or something like that, and it velcros onto these two tabs here, and it conceals this. It covers that up, so you might not notice. So just be aware. And while I was looking at that, I thought I'll have a look at the other end. Sure enough, that's that bag I was telling you about. If you pull that out of the way and expose the inside, try and get my head out of the way, you can see the frame is beginning to pull through here as well. So, Berghaus, yeah, I don't think that's not great in a a 280-pound bag. I don't think that's right. I don't think that's right. And Berghaus do this thing where you can send stuff back and get it repaired for free. Not this. This is just, it's irreparable. You've got to take the entire bag to pieces in order to repair that. So, if you're in the market for one of these, second hand, check that out. Otherwise, if it's the Mark IV, have a look and see how that frame is put together. Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. I welcome your comments, and I'll try to answer any sensible questions that you've got. Actually, I'll answer insensible ones. There's no such thing as a bad question, in my opinion. Anyway, I'll do my best to keep an eye on that and keep you updated with whatever. Maybe I'll update you when I've finally made the decision and we can see it in action. Thank you very much for watching, and have fun doing whatever it is that you have fun doing.